I have a really bad cough. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, since everyone enjoys my foundation wear test, this is what we're going to do today. My best friend Kinga has lent me Estee Lauder Double Wear and she's in the shade 1N1, which probably is the shade that I would have chosen for myself, so hopefully that will match me. But before we start to talk about double wear, I just want to mention that it is my last video ever to film in this house. It feels so strange. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I'm moving out. What else do I have to say? Nothing. Let's get on with the video, shall we? Yes, we shall. I've done all of my skincare. That's a lie. I haven't done all of my skincare. I've woken up, washed my face and used some glow tonic from Pixie on my face, but I have not done my skincare. So I'm gonna do that very quickly and then we'll get on with the video. By the way guys, thank you for noticing that my skin is getting slightly better. If you're new, as you can see, I'm acne prone. I have oily skin. When I was a teenager, my skin was pretty okay. I suffer with adult cystic acne. I'm kind of learnt to live with my acne and I don't mind it as much as other people do, I think. Anyway, thank you for leaving comments on how my skin looks lately, how I don't have as many blemishes. It's really appreciated. I am very, very grateful for every single comment, for every single suggestion. I actually have a list of foundations that you want me to test out and I will get through it. So yeah, if you want any more like foundation, like a certain foundation that you want me to test out, leave me a comment down below and I will do my best to make this happen. Anyway, I really didn't want to ramble in this video and I've rambled enough. Today I'm testing out Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. First impressions, I like the fact that it's glass, but I mean it's Estee Lauder, so you kind of expect that. Second of all, pump. Really? Why? I know you can buy a pump, but really you should have it in there. SPF 10, I mean that's pretty good because you won't have as much flashback. One thing that kind of got me, oh wow, keep out of eyes. Does that mean actually out of your eyes? Because if that's the matter, who has put it in their eyes and almost blinded themselves? Or does this mean not even around the eyes? I think I'm gonna avoid my eye area purely because of that warning there. Obviously stop if irritation occurs. That's like with any foundation, and usually, apart from the drugstore unfortunately, I know Kiko Milano and a lot of like department stores, any brand that's in Debenhams, they will not mind you bringing their foundation back and saying, I had an allergic reaction guys, can I have my money back? Obviously don't take the piss and use, you know, half of the bottle and come back and be like, I had an allergic reaction. But if you use it once or twice, if you had an allergic reaction and you bring back the bottle, and I believe you don't even need a receipt. Don't quote me on that. Again, my best friend Kinga had a reaction to Kiko Milano foundation and she brought it back and there was no problem getting a refund. If irritation occurs, they would like to know. It's good feedback for them. Keep out of reach of children. I'm not a child anymore, so that's fine. I'm gonna take out, oh, see that's the thing, once you tip it over, you're committed. I never prime before foundation wear test. I believe that if foundation is good, it will look good without a primer. You might disagree, but a certain primer might work with that foundation, and once you start to experiment with primers, they might look completely different. So what I always do for you guys, if I think foundation is good without a primer, you'll then be able to choose a primer for you and it should work with the foundation. Do you know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. I'm going to use a sponge on this side. I'm going to start with the sponge. I usually like the finish of the sponge. One thing Kinga has warned me about is that it oxidizes quite a lot. That's the foundation, obviously. Straight away. Why does it? I know it smells chemically. However, so far, I really like it. And I mean, I really like it. I know this is a very famous foundation, especially online. Sorry, I took too much, so I need to put some of it on this side. It has a decent coverage. You can definitely build it up. And because I like the finish with the sponge, and I think it's quite liquidy, so if I used a brush on this side it would make it really streaky, so I'm gonna stick with the sponge. I don't think it has oxidized on me yet. Like I said, the owner of this foundation, which is my best friend, has warned me that on her this foundation oxidizes, so I'm gonna look out for that. So far, I am very positively surprised. I'm gonna let it set and I will be right back to show you how it looks. Okay, it has been 2-3 minutes and the foundation has set. I mean, it's set probably maybe like a half shade darker. I wouldn't call this an oxidization. It hasn't darkened enough. I love the fact that the neutral is in fact neutral toned. Many foundation will call their shades neutral and they actually quite pink undertoned. I understand that neutral is probably something in between, but Caucasian skin is primarily yellow. It might have that pinkish to it, but it's yellow. Do you get what I mean? And this really is what I would consider a neutral undertone. As you can see, it hasn't covered my spots as much as I usually cover them. So this is medium coverage, maybe a light full coverage. However, on a daily basis, this would be a nice foundation. I'm going to conceal my eyes with Revolution Conceal and Define in C2 and see how this blends. No complaint here. Hasn't made the concealer weird. However, as the foundation is still, I think it's still setting. Ooh, I don't know. I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and I'm gonna let you know how I feel about the foundation so far, because it's setting more and more and it's starting to be very uncomfortable actually. As I was putting my contour on, hopefully you are able to see how it has made this contour so dry and unmovable. I don't know what to do. Honestly, guys, I don't know what to do. And now it's going grey. Oh my god. What even is this? Help! I've used this cream contour. Well, it's not cream contour, it's the Conceal and Define concealer in C14. It actually works quite well as a cream contour with other foundations. However, this particular one is simply too dry. Once it sets, it doesn't allow any other product to be movable, and it's actually clinging onto some dry patches that I have on my face. Okay, I'm gonna powder a little bit. I would like to blend this in a little bit more. Wow.
When you try your best but you don't succeed.
Like, I have a bruise on my face. I'm actually considering taking this off and doing it again. This actually looks ridiculous. The foundation is too dry, it sets too matte. I'm just gonna live with a patchy contour. Today, I'm not going anywhere. Honestly, the foundation doesn't feel comfortable. It feels like a slight mask on my face. It pulls, like, especially like around here. It's just quite dry. This means that it will be long wearing. Hopefully it'll be long wearing, we'll see. So I've powdered a little bit on this side, trying to blend the contour in. I look ridiculous, but we'll live with it. I feel rough. I didn't do too much on my face today because this patchy contour is really getting to me. Overall, I don't think it would be that bad if I didn't let the foundation set as much as it did. It would have been a little bit more blendable before it's set completely. I wouldn't advise to use cream contour in general on this foundation. It's actually quite drying. It's clinging onto some of my dry patches over here. So over here, I don't know if you'll be able to see. Now I kind of put a little bit more moisture back with Fix Plus. I don't feel as, you know, cakey and mask-like. I will wear it for 10 hours as usual. It is currently bang on 11. I've worn this foundation half an hour, so I might even do a 12-hour test. We'll see. We'll see what I feel like. If it wasn't for this, I probably would like it. So far the foundation has not changed. By the way, it has been 2 hours. It's 12:30 and my forehead is getting slightly shiny, but I think that's because I used Fix Plus on top of this foundation. But I swear to God I had to, because the foundation feels like if you leave it to set as is, it will literally crack off your face. I genuinely still feel like I can't really move my brows. This is probably as close to Botox as I'll get. Overall, apart from this ever so slightly shiny forehead, I really like it. It looks good. Nothing has changed, you know, around my nose. It hasn't collected in any of my, come on, focus on me. So it hasn't settled anywhere. It hasn't rubbed off of my forehead yet. It's still on my nose. Nothing. There's no change. Hasn't rubbed off of my spots anywhere. The contour still looks horrendous, but that's my fault. This foundation doesn't mix with cream contour basically, which is fine. Like I said, it is completely and utterly my fault for this contour to look like this. This video will be so long, so I'm very sorry. It is 4:30, so I've had this foundation on for 6 hours now. Tell it on the partner, I only love my man. As you can see, it is coming off ever so slightly around my around my hairline. I don't think I'm any more oily than I was in my previous check-in, at least on my forehead anyway. I feel like the foundation has started to rub off around my nose, but this is kind of to be expected, especially at 6 hour mark. My contour is still patchy. Yeah, I'm very surprised. I'm just trying to check if I haven't creased. Yeah, I'm surprised because I haven't creased anywhere. Why do I like it? That's what I mean about the dry patches. So like around these, clings onto them. It doesn't look that great. This is what I look like at 6 hour mark. I don't think I look that bad. The foundation has started to wear off, but I think it's going quite strong, I'm not gonna lie. That feeling around my eyes is still there, especially this section here and around here, but overall it's pretty good. My last check-in, it has been 10 hours and I need to make this quite brief because we're, as you can probably tell, in a different house. We're in Kinga's new flat and we're having a few drinks and we're having fun. I have been laughing, taking loads of pictures, I've been sweating, so the foundation has rubbed off around my hairline and I am very shiny. The foundation has rubbed off of some of my spots, but surprisingly I might check it out. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this foundation. I think what it needs is definitely Fix Plus, because initially if you put it on it is way too like cakey feeling, and I did not powder, so it is quite matte, which is good for oily skin. But again, like I said, if it feels so matte to the point where it doesn't feel that comfortable, very good. I would recommend it. You should definitely check it out. There is a reason why it's so famous, especially on YouTube and just in general. I'm off to join them and I'm gonna have a good time, and I will see you on the next one. So if you have enjoyed that, and I hope you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.